Bruce Lee wasn't just a martial artist, he was a man who faced deep pain, rejection, and tragedy, yet turned every setback into wisdom that shaped his legendary power. This is not just a story of kicks and punches. This is a story about how one man used mental strength to transform every wound into a weapon, every struggle into self-mastery, and every scar into a symbol of power. Today we'll dive deep into how Bruce Lee took pain, physical, emotional, and spiritual, and transformed it into something far greater. We'll explore the hidden wisdom behind his mindset, his philosophy, and the way he used life's hardest moments to fuel his greatness. The early struggles, the birth of a fighter. Bruce Lee was born in 1940 in San Francisco, but his childhood was far from easy. Growing up in Hong Kong during wartime wasn't peaceful or safe. He witnessed fear, chaos, and struggle all around him. His father was a famous opera actor, but Bruce's early years were not glamorous. He was a restless boy filled with energy, attitude, and anger. He got into street fights, and by his teenage years he was fighting not for fame but for survival. Bruce's pain started young, not physical pain but emotional. He was bullied, underestimated, and constantly reminded that he was too small, too fast, or too rebellious. But instead of breaking him, those words ignited a fire. He once said, "Do not pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." That strength began forming when he realized that life was not meant to be comfortable, it was meant to challenge you until you became unbreakable. His journey into martial arts began as a way to protect himself, but it became his spiritual transformation. Pain introduced him to discipline, and discipline introduced him to self-control. That's how the fighter within Bruce Lee was born. The turning point, facing defeat and finding direction. In his teenage years, Bruce trained under the legendary Ip Man, learning Wing Chun. But even there he faced discrimination. Some students didn't want to train with him because of his mixed heritage. That rejection could have easily crushed his spirit, but Bruce did the opposite. He learned to train harder, smarter, and alone when necessary. He began seeing pain as feedback, not failure. Every rejection became a redirection toward personal growth. That was the first step in turning pain into power, understanding that obstacles are not walls, they're mirrors. They reflect your inner weaknesses, and only by facing them can you evolve. Bruce didn't just fight opponents, he fought doubt, ego, and limitation. Every bruise became a lesson. Every loss became fuel. That's how wisdom is born, through experience, not comfort. Leaving home, pain of separation, power of vision. When Bruce moved to America, he left behind everything familiar. He was broke, alone, and struggling to fit in. Many saw him as just another Asian immigrant trying to survive. Yet Bruce Lee saw himself as a student of life. He worked odd jobs, taught martial arts to Sioux